And it should be noted that experiments were performed to prove that fat was bad because it increased cholesterol. However, those trials failed. They didn't show that. And so, for the majority of people, dietary fat does little to nothing to affect their cholesterol levels. It doesn't raise those levels meaningfully. Um, since those guidelines were adopted, obesity rates and the rates of diabetes, type 2 diabetes has increased, and we kind of have epidemics of those things now. The American Heart Association did play a role in getting that low fat dietary guidelines passed in 1977, and they pushed low fat diets for decades. But in 2015, the AHA published a report, Heart Disease and Stroke Statistics. Excuse me. One thing that was reported in that study was that out of 5 big randomized trials, they demonstrated that total fat consumption did not affect rates of coronary heart disease or stroke. So that's a pretty big finding. They're showing that in these randomized trials, so with people, that it didn't have any effect on coronary heart disease or stroke rates. The report also showed that for each 5% reduction in saturated fat that is replaced, so each 5% reduction of saturated fat in your diet that's replaced with carbohydrates leads to a 7% increased risk of coronary heart disease